let's clap it up for Star Wars, y'all. Let's just appreciate what it is we're getting. If y'all don't know, I'm talking about Acolyte. Actually, you probably know from the title and shit, but one thing about content creation, y'all, it's kind of hard to see into the future about like how's this shit gonna make sense when they're watching it based off of what you're talking about, which feels current right now, but shit is subject to change, you know, when you upload the whatever. Star Wars was finally able to, you know, figure it out.
Yes,
I won't lie, I'm jumping out the window a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a little too early to tell, but if y'all read the description of my last video, man, and I told y'all I was gonna go watch that new Acolyte, brother, that motherfucker hitting. They sliding on that hole, bro. I'm getting ready for the Elden Ring DLC, right? So I'm going through whatever. It's an intelligence build, so ironically, it don't take much intelligence. So I was watching it, but I'm like, yo, Star Wars lately, it ain't really been on shit. I haven't watched, you know, Bad Batch, the latest season, so I can't really talk on that front, but I was not at all impressed with Tales of the Empire. Tales of the Jedi was hidden. I was like, bro, Tales of the Empire, this shit's about to be like twice as fire. I wasn't really feeling it, bro. Like, is her name like Elsbeth? I forget her name, but the shorty from the Ahsoka TV show, right? Like the descendant of the Dathomirians. I fucked with her, bro. I was like, yo, cause hey, let me just out myself right now. Darth Maul is the coolest motherfucker to me. I swear to God, like that voice actor, bro, in Rebels, and even in the Clone Wars last season, he was kind of a throwaway character in the original movies, or I guess the prequels. It was just kind of like, oh, this is the motherfucker that used to be Palpatine's, you know, apprentice, sliced in half, done deal. The way they were able to like revive this character into something that's actually dope in lore, bro. When he came back on his mob boss shit, and he's like, yo, I'm about to take over the underworld. Like, yo, that was like showing you what like the Force is really capable of. Like, it's not just like, oh, I can move shit with my mind. There's just a certain type of cadence, a certain type of swag that comes with a motherfucker that's like, yo, when he like sliced the heads of all the shit. So I got caught in a moment. Savage did this and not Maul, but what's more mob boss than getting the little homie to do your dirty work? He threw his motherfucking saber, you know what I'm saying? Cuts motherfuckers' heads clean off, bro. And then him, you know, using the Mandalorians as a pawn for him to actually gather more power. I'm like, bro, there's something in the water, you know, for the Sith. Like Palpatine's school of villainy, bro. You become some kind of like puppeteering mastermind type shit. Like in the Clone Wars, it's crazy to take a step back when you watch like the prequels. Like during the Clone Wars, you're like, bro, none of these motherfuckers know that they fight for the same side. Like, take that in, bro. All the lives we see taken, like you go to like in Clone Wars, you go to a planet, you see how motherfuckers living in shambles, and then you stop and think, and it's just like, but like none of what y'all are fighting is real. Like the mans that, you know, Grievous and Dooku are getting orders from is the same motherfucker Yoda, you know, consults with and is telling Anakin and Obi-Wan what to do. Crazy tangent. I wasn't really feeling Tales of the Empire. Morgan Elsbeth, I thought she was sick because I fucking love the Dathomirians. So here we get like this person that's supposed to like, you know, on some Aang shit, like the last airbender of the Dathomirians, right? The backstory they gave her in Tales of the Empire, I think they kind of dropped the ball. Like you could have given her a little bit more some cool shit. Granted, we didn't really get to deep dive in like how she grew up with Dathomirian culture. But yeah, overall, I was just not feeling it. My brother, what they had in the chamber, yo, they had that Glock locked and loaded, bro. They were out here, you know, putting out these records knowing that they had the goddamn Zuka in their back pocket, bro. Again, I might be jumping out this goddamn window. Only 2 episodes have dropped so far. But, yo, Star Wars, the Acolyte or whatever, that shit's so heat, bro. I think like what it also is for me is prequels, originals are kind of played out. It got to a point where I was just like, you can only fit so much content in the Clone Wars before it starts to feel ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? Like as much as like, oh, it's a war, we get to a point where it's just like, so how is this much plotting and scheming going on in the war? You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't really have, ooh, there's this Jedi that also went rogue in the war and we never really heard about him, and it's just like, but how do we not hear about him? You telling me this Jedi that went rogue was slicing and dicing motherfuckers, but you know, he was only a minor detail in the grander scheme of things that we've never mentioned up until this point? I'm not really buying that. I wish that we could almost like detach ourselves from the moneymaker, which is like, you know, the Empire era and the Clone Wars era, and give us some new stories that were founded in like other times, you know what I'm saying? And is it the High Republic, the Old Republic? I don't fucking know. But whatever, like that 100 years ago before the end, boy, they went off. I honestly wish they would go a little further back later down the line with like some Darth Bane shit or like the original Sith. That would be sick. But like the fact that we got a time like, yo, forget Anakin, forget all that shit for now, and let's just dive into this motherfucking, you know, like, ooh, actually before the Empire, there was a little something going on right here. Ooh, these people right here, this is what they were doing, bro. I don't know who this mystery man is. I guess spoiler warning, I don't really intend on saying anything crazy. I just don't know. So for you, if it's if it's getting a little too risky for you type shit, go ahead, pause the video, type in, you know, Disney Plus in the search bar, or if you want to watch it on a boat with a black flag, go ahead and go do that. Come back to me when you're done. We don't know who this mystery man is just yet. He's talking about there's a different way to kill a Jedi, like, yo, I'm with the shits, bro. Not to mention, I've never really fucked with the Jedi that much. I think the Jedi in theory are cool, like, you know, they're like essentially like religious people who believe fairly strongly in right and wrong. Even if I could buy into that premise of like, you know, you believe in right and wrong and you want to impose that will however you can using the Force or whatever, that's cool. My issue with the Jedi, especially in the Clone Wars era, is they just start double dipping. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you just dip that tortilla in a nacho cheese, don't let me catch you putting that shit in the salsa. You cannot do that. So when the Jedi clearly know what's right and wrong in the Clone Wars, where Anakin is like, oh, these people are being oppressed, we should really help them out. And then Obi-Wan comes in talking about, oh yeah, but we actually, you know, the Senate said da-da-da. I'm like, the Senate? So y'all know what's wrong, what's right. Y'all can clearly see the corruption, but because the motherfuckers in Coruscant told you like, hey, you know what I'm saying? Like, you just gonna sit by idly? That's dead to me. You can't come at me with like the righteous energy after that, bro. Cause like you're compromised. And you can tell when the clone troopers call him General Kenobi or whatever, these guys are the military. That's all they are at the point in the Clone Wars. And so it's like when Ahsoka walked away from the Order, the way my respect for that, yo, it went through the roof, bro. Like when they were like, oh, listen, we know that we've been accusing you of murder for like the past 3-4 episodes, and you know, you told us it wasn't you, we didn't believe you. Our bad, you know what I mean? And she was just like, man, fuck these niggas, bro. I was like, yo, that's some dog shit, bro. Go live your truth. Hey, Obi-Wan's my favorite Jedi too, but he was one of the main motherfuckers that were like low-key giving Ahsoka the side eye when she said she wasn't coming back, bro. But you know they were bogus. You know. This is a horrible setup for me to get got later down the line if the episodes start to be ass. I can already picture the meme of like, you know, how it started versus how it's going type shit. It's worth your time in my opinion. This is just a dope story with motherfuckers with shiny swords, and that's sick.